I wanted to ask about country music, obviously. I feel like country is one of the unique genres in the sense that it occupies a larger geographic space of the nation than any other musical genre there is. And to be the person, I feel, who dominates most of that conversation in the sense that you're the first voice and face of regard for most people when it comes to country, as far as a commentator. Um, Thoughts about that and just seeing how country is evolving and having a way of like introducing people to things, ingratiating yourself to that, and making that work.
I think you bring up a great point about geographically the impact of country music. And I can talk about it on a very personal level first, where if I go to Boston
Right.
and I'm going to do a stand-up show or a music show, or I did a book signing there, it was 5 hours. People
Right.
waited in line for 5 hours, which I wouldn't have done. But I mean, for me, because
Right.
who'd want to do that? But I would never think that Boston would be some sort of place you could go and people would know country music.
Right.
So there are a lot of those times when I am going into a city and I'm like, what? And it turns out, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And,
Right.
and so it has spread so much, and I do feel like there's a bit of responsibility that I have. And I've had to kind of learn it. I didn't quite understand the social impact of my words and opinions until something would happen where I realized that my words and opinions were needed or not needed at all.
Right.
So there is a responsibility, and maybe I'm just getting older too. Honestly, like if I'm 27, I kind of don't give a crap because I'm dumb and young, and
Right.
I've been taught to give a crap. And also, I may be actually understanding more things happening.
So take me into like finding the happy spot where you are progressing and achieving things that you want to achieve. Because I feel like there's a thing where you can achieve things that you don't want to achieve, that are goals that happen along the way, that are unexpected. But as far as like finding a happy point where you're like, okay, I have this thing, and snake in the grass, snake is happening. Then there's this. Then there's this. And there's what do those things look like for you?
It's
moving
fun.
forward?
You're such a good interviewer because no one's asked me that, and I have a goal that has escaped, eluded, and I feel like it's kind of bullcrap that I haven't got it yet, honestly. And it's hosting one of the award shows.
How has that not happened?
And this is I've never talked about this, honestly.
Okay.
And so my goal as a kid, as a young child, was to have a talk show, a television talk show. I've done a couple pilots, and that I've been close to. I did one with Deion Sanders for a while, pilot. We've done shows. There have been some that I thought I don't even want to do that one, but I'm now at a point where I get to pick some stuff that I do, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But the award shows, the fact that I talk to 4, 5, 6 million people a day, so I have the audience. The fact that I am a touring stand-up, and not clubs either, theaters.
No.
Like I tour.
I know. You don't have to convince me.
and I can go, and sometimes, but I have to reconvince myself because
Right.
I start to go, that's not a real problem. But that has been a goal. But because of, again, this is all hearsay, a few certain people who have, in essence, blackballed me from doing it, or said, or whatever the popes do when they have, if one person says no, he can't be the pope. He's not, because of that, I have not been allowed to do. I have a more detailed skill set, except for Dolly or Reba, than anyone that has done it. And I think it's a couple of things. I think one, producers think that the hosting spot it's turnkey. Paisley was awesome at it, so I'm not even talking about that.
Right.
Or even Vince back in the day when he used to host CMAs.
Yeah.
So this is not even a shot, but it's like when it's in a non-comparative way, because I don't do the same thing that artists do.
Yeah.
It's almost, this is me and my goal. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And so I'll probably never get that, and whatever. I'll create my own show and just make fun of everybody.
I'll throw something to you. It's the way that I look.
I say, man, it's just been a goal since I was like 7 years old to host CMAs,
I get it.
ACMs. And so I don't want to feel like a quitter. Yeah. And I also think if I do it and it sucks, all right, that's on me. I gave it a run.
Yeah.
I've never been given that shot.
Right.
And so that when you ask that question, no one's ever asked me that. that frustration overrides any sort of success I've ever had.
Right.
And I'm neurotic as can be. I'm glad I have my wife because she constantly highlights the good things that are happening instead of the things that aren't. I think as humans we probably focus on, well, this isn't working out, more than the things that are.
Right.
I have a great balance weapon, which is her, because
Yeah.
she's like, okay, I get it. But how about all these things that you've been able to affect, the things you do in your hometown, the kids you're helping, the show you do. And so it helps a little bit, honestly, but there is still just a frustration of there's no reason for me not to get a shot. And so that's it. That's the white whale.
I got it.
And it may never happen. It may happen.
Mm.
Either way, it has haunted me in my dreams forever just because
I get it.
I write, I perform, I do it all.
Yeah.
And maybe not well to some people, but that's all. I just want a shot.
Right.